Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Episode 7. Let's draw for turn. We're here to bring you commander insights and fun talks and hot tech to level up your game. Each episode is going to focus on a different topic with our 4-man pod to give you all our spicy take. It's been a while. It's been a bit. We have some exciting news. Guys, what has been up the last 2 weeks? What is new in your life?
Well, I bought a lot of double masters, and now I own this. The Bayou.
It is a Bayou. It is a pretty Bayou.
I spent $26 on that Bayou thanks to double masters.
Slightly jealous, not gonna lie.
Also, I was able to finish a new commander deck, which I'll be debuting Friday.
Ooh,
very, very neat. Okay.
It's in this box.
It's a pretty box.
So it's green. In case you haven't guessed, it's green and black. So
I never would have guessed. It's beyond me for knowing.
Yeah, you're not like me where I just put everything in the Boros boxes anyways.
I put everything in a box with a blue mana symbol on it, regardless of what color I'm playing.
Yeah.
That's true. That is true.
We have brands to uphold.
me and EK, we group watched the recent extra turns on Saturday or Sunday.
I believe Adam ended up like bookmarking 2 of the decks so that he could
Nice.
order them himself, or was it just the one?
I think we did none. I think I hated all the decks, honestly.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I'm not saying I just don't have any interest in building any of those decks. Is what
Gotcha.
I'm saying.
Okay.
that's
Like,
fair.
What you bookmarked was the MTG Mudsta videos. That we ended up watching
So we watched
after.
an MTG Mudsta video, and with a potential deck I like to build later. But
Okay.
'cause I'll put it this way: I have a Rakdos deck, but it's pretty much only for C games. So like having a Rakdos deck for non-C games would be nice.
That's fair. I get you.
But I think it can wait a little while. But yeah, we had a good time. If you haven't watched the new Extra Turns, go watch it.
It's a fun game.
It stars a little artist you may have heard of called Jesper Icing.
Yeah, if you're
the guy who did
familiar with Reliquary Tower.
or Tooth and Nail,
Before.
Yeah, another one of my favorite cards.
or the new Goblin Charbelcher art.
Oh, that new Charbelcher was actually really nice.
Yeah, or probably his most famous card, Colossal Dreadmaw.
That is a card.
It exists, unfortunately.
But yeah, I don't want to give any spoilers, but we watched it and we had a fun time with that.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm sad I missed it. I want to get in because I know we watched the Game Nights one, and that was really sweet. I dig that episode we saw.
Yeah, it was a good. Yeah, I mean, I feel like there'll be other opportunities for that. So yeah, if you're not a member of our Discord anyway, you want to like group watch some of these things. Like we have viewings every once in a while, like of the new Command Zone podcast or something. Just anything I think is just interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think EK also showed me the world of artist proofs and tokens that are not from
No.
packs. You showed me Aaron Miller. Yeah.
It is a dangerous slope.
I've been getting dare I say I've been getting a little bit too into that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Steven and Sean are aware of what I was up to today. Adam, I don't think you know what I ended up doing.
I'm
today.
sure it was buying an expensive piece of bling for your deck.
Maybe.
It totally was.
What did you buy?
So I've been building Najila.
Okay. Did you buy an Abu Duel for it?
No, I bought a Najila artist proof with a painting on the back.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Did it come in the mail yet or no?
No, I ordered it today, so it'll be here in 2 weeks, hopefully in time for the next show.
All right, cool.
That's going to be sweet to see. I'm excited to see it.
Najila's a sweet deck anyway, so.
Yeah, and as I was telling Steven, the only reason why I bought it is because Matt Stewart had a thing up that was like, hey, I only have a handful of these left. If you want one, you better hurry. And I was like, yes, I want one. Because,
Hurry.
Yes, I want one. Yes, I'll hurry. Well, because a foiled Najila is like $200.
Whew.
So it's either pay like a couple bucks for the normal one, or like get an artist proof. If you want to that's really the only feasible way of blinging out a Najila right now.
No, that makes sense.
Is getting a proof. And I'm me, and I love I love collecting art and stuff like that. So yeah, there's an Najila artist proof on its way in like 2 weeks. I talked to Matt Stewart today about the watercolor on the back because we're doing watercolor and ink, and that's gonna be awesome.
That's really cool.
I'm
pretty
excited
fun.
to see that.
But that thing is never leaving a top loader, and thanks to the commander rules, it will never have to get tucked. So
that's true. Yeah.
It can stay in a top loader, and I will be okay.
It'll forever be
for it.
protected.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But
Very cool.
we've been playing a lot of Commander recently because I have my Tuesday and Thursday group, and those games have been insane. We lost to Golos Shrines last week.
Ooh.
You never invite me to that group.
I thought you're already in it.
No.
Oh well, I will get you guys an invite, and if anyone else wants an invite,
Alright,
just
sweet.
DM me on Discord.
Moment.
Yeah. No, it's been super fun. We lost to double upkeep Golos Shrines. That was
Double
really cool.
upkeep. Okay.
There's a blue enchantment that gives you a second upkeep,
I'm for it.
which is a
pretty
very blue thing.
Yeah, it is.
So
Awesome.
like it was cool. Unfortunately, I took the brunt of it, but I was reanimating Elishnorns, and
Ooh.
I had an indestructible hexproof shroud Avacyn, so it wasn't going anywhere.
That's the thing.
Indestructible Hexproof Shroud. It's just there. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it
nobody
just-
can interact. It's just there.
and to make matters worse, I had lifelink out, and then and then Odric. So every combat, I had indestructible hexproof shroud, lifelink, vigilance, first strike, team.
Oh man, that's just disgusting.
Waiter, I'll have the word soup, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that's Catherall for you though. That's
I love it.
Kind of how it goes.
That is true. Catherall is that thing.
You just throw keyword. If you throw enough keywords at something, chances are it's bound to be good.
If you fill up the text box, you're good to go. Like with almost random words.
The only thing I haven't been able to do yet is Panharmonicon a Catherall to give it plus 26.
Oh, that would be
Yikes.
spicy. I'd be
there's
for
th-
that.
There's 13 keywords on it, and you can
That's a lot.
distribute all 13 keywords to your team, and then you put that many +1/+1s on her, and then you do that twice.
Yikes.
He's pretty good.
Yeah,
He's good.
I believe I hijacked the segment. That's what I've been up to. So
EK's
yeah,
been busy.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
That is literally what the segment's for. You're good.
I'm glad.
Swazi, what about you, man? What's been going on?
Okay, so this
Now that
is
you're
a,
officially a commander player.
this is a
Yeah.
Commander podcast, and I am officially, apparently, only a Commander player now. Over
But
the
it's
past
true.
past couple weeks, I think I missed a show. I've been really busy with work. I don't remember. I basically sold all of my expensive paper Magic cards and bought this mountain bike.
It's a specialized.
Yeah, it is specialized.
That's, yeah, that'll do it.
This is my baby. But
Can
I've
I
been,
play
having
Magic on it?
I've been having a blast riding that. Just getting outside, having a blast, and now I'm really.
That bike. I feel like that bike plays red though.
It plays. This one's actually ramping super hard. It's all green. Don't worry.
Oh,
There we go. It's
but,
not blue?
It will be one day.
Okay,
but-
there we go. I was going to say.
I guess my phone mount's blue, but because I'm only a commander player, air quotes now, essentially, so there's no paper Magic, I am pimping the heck out of my Urza deck. I'm gonna have some new toys coming in soon. I'm hopefully gonna be in more of our pods. Just gonna take it more of an aggressive stance on commander, I guess you could say. So I gotta play Magic somehow. I'm not quitting. So
Yeah.
let's if I can make my work schedule work a little more, I think Friday nights work out now, and then miss any
I
more
mean,
pods on
otherwise we just
Monday.
Oh,
do
you mean I can
special-
finally play a C pod? Oh my
Yeah.
Exactly. I'll show up for a change, and
I
we'll
fe-
have some fun with that.
Hey, I still plan on building the C version of Najila as well, so I'll be able to play C pods as
Oh,
well.
that'd be so fun.
Instead of like some sevens.
Yeah, I think at this point we're all going to have a CEDH deck or comparable.
Yeah, like C or like C, like a player, like a
C-like.
casually competitive.
Yeah.
Your C light, yeah.
See light. I like that.
Your
8.5.
greasy
Yeah.
8s and your 8.5s. I think that's where we're all the happiest.
I would say so.
I mean, once you get past 9 or 9.5, the game ends on turn 2.
Yeah,
So,
there's not much of a game.
It's actually not much fun.
8.5, it still kind of goes on. You have a lot of different ways you can do stuff still. It goes past turn 4 sometimes.
See, we do powerful stuff at that point. Otherwise, somebody's fast as oracling turn 2 and it's over.
It's
Yeah,
true.
you guys are screwed yet. Yeah, someone's gonna consultation Oracle any second now.
Oh.
Hey, at least it's not as bad as flashing, like flash hulking on turn 0.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Those were
That's one
dark
way to get a
times.
quick game.
No argument.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's all for what we've been up to.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, there might be something special going on today, but let's head to the news.
Yeah.
whew, ouch. Sounds good. Adam, take us to the news, my friend.
All right, cool. So news on the stack. We've got a minute to talk about various news topics in the world of MTG. The news is on the stack. Let's see what's resolving today. So this EK and Astrals are now a year older as of the recording of this podcast. Astrals had his birthday yesterday, and EK's was also yesterday.
Yep.
It's just how it works out.
It just worked out.
It's that awesome.
Feliz cumpleaños, amigos.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Very happy birthday to you, Jens. I hope it's been treating you magically.
It's been good.
I did actually get some magic cards for my birthday from my older brother.
That's cool.
See, they know. See, yeah, they know what you'll like.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I to be fair, I picked it out.
Oh, okay. So at least you knew what you wanted.
Yeah.
I got my birthday double Masters packs the day before I left to go visit my mom for a weekend, and I mean, I cracked Isochron Scepter, Mana Crypt, and Foil Toxic Deluge in the same pack, so it was good. Yeah.
I've only opened 3, but yours have been way better than mine.
I think Swazo and I are like we got some fairly medium cards, cool cards, but like not a crypt or something like that.
I mean, I'm sorry, my box had a foil chase. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
To be honest, I got a foil metallic rebuke that I'm kind of happy to put in Urza.
Yeah,
that's good.
Like
That's
you,
sick.
like you actually play that card.
It's a playable card I use, exactly. So.
Yeah. Although to be fair, if you had just asked me nicely, I would have given you mine.
But he got one instead that he cracked.
Had to go earn it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Speaking of cards, since the recording of the last show, Double Masters has been officially out for 2 weeks now.
Thereabouts,
Maybe
yeah.
a little under.
So I'm sure we've all. I think it goes without saying we like this set a lot.
Big.
Yeah.
But did it accomplish its goal of driving down the cost of some of the reprints?
Yes,
Definitely.
Yeah, the answer is yes. Thank goodness. I mean, I think some of the mythic reprints still are pretty pricey, but like
some of the rares held some value, but across the board, a lot, at least temporarily, a lot of stuff is like 50% off.
Yeah, at the least.
Yeah,
a lot
I
of,
wanna see it settle down, but yeah.
Yeah, I think things are gonna kind of rise back up.
I would expect like a 20 to 30% rise in price. I mean, look at like Mazurk. It was a $10 commander card because it was only in the pre-con. In the Double Masters
now it's
printing,
like literally cents.
yeah, it's like $2. But I could see it stabilizing like $3. Skittles,
I mean,
22. I could see it going to 27. Like, you expect some rise after it flattens out. People will stop buying it. There will be there won't be as big an influx.
The one that I pointed to the other day was Mazavith. I think like what 6 months ago, Mazavith was like a $30 card. It's $8 right now.
Yeah, but it's still a really good card to have anyway.
Yeah.
So, if you're looking for singles,
if you're trying to get cards, like I would honestly say, like now or like within the next couple weeks is the best time to get them.
I was gonna say, also, wasn't there some? I guess the other topic on Double Masters, wasn't there some VIP pack controversy or something like that?
Oh yeah,
yeah, big time.
They kind of got caught false advertising.
Oh, because you can't double mythic, right?
You can't double mythic.
Okay.
Yeah,
in either slot.
Yeah, it was a clarity on the wording. So they corrected on Twitter that you would only be able to correct one wording. And as a substitute, what they offered is if you bought a VIP pack, you could submit the product code of your VIP pack, I believe.
You have to like cut out the product code from the box and then put it in an envelope and send it.
And you'll get a free Double Masters pack in replace, which I think honestly is a fair trade-off. Like,
I don't feel like bothering with that.
I did just to see what would happen. I will say that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I have to say anything that I've ever done where I've actually had to claim something with WotC or something, it's always turned out positively, and I always got what they said I was going to. So you'll get your pack.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll get my 2 packs.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
mean,
going to get anything in the 2 packs, but I will be getting 2 packs, which is pretty cool.
hey, 2 packs is still 2 packs. Like, I'll take it. Like, the situation did kind of suck. It was a mix of different things, but I'm happy with how they handled it. It was a quick response to it.
Yeah.
And they've done their best to get onto it. Like, I would give due credit to them for this one.
Well, and with the price tag that a product like that commanded, I would expect them to do something like that, because this is the first time that they've ever offered a product with that premium of a price tag.
Yeah.
You
And
kind of have to do that. In my
Another thing I wanted to add too about Double Masters, with the prices going down, prices only go down if people open packs. That's just the way it works, and that's why a lot of Modern Horizons things didn't go down, because people stopped opening the boxes.
Yeah.
My buddy had 6 of them unopened. I can't tell you.
because they realized
There's
how
5 Ren and 6s
valuable
out
the
there.
stuff inside the box was.
Yeah, so I'm pleasantly surprised at how many people I didn't think were going to be buying Double Masters, myself included. I just sold all my cards and I bought 3 packs. Like,
To be fair, you got a buy 2 pack, get a third free.
yeah.
still, but I didn't have to buy it. But yes, I think it's good that people are opening them. It is going to help. So that's another positive. Despite it being so expensive, people are buying them.
I think it's because at the end of the day, I want to say it's a bit of fun. And actually, like, I know cracking boosters is fun, but with Double Masters, it is a gamble when you buy, but it's a fun gamble. You kind of take that high risk, high reward when you get it. And I've enjoyed that a little bit of, like, it's card rush. It's been fun to see.
You part of the price tag is the experience.
Yeah, big time.
It just depends on, is the experience worthwhile to you? If it isn't, don't bother. Just get the singles. Like, even some of the box topper singles are, like, super affordable right now.
Yeah.
Like, I know Sean got me a line on a sort of Feast and Famine from one of his local shops, and, like, I saw the price tag and I was like, yes, I definitely am going to get this before it just gets astronomically expensive. And that's one of those cards that, like, I've been really wanting for a long time, and I just couldn't justify the price.
But, like, now is the perfect time.
Yeah, up until recently.
All the cards I need start with the word Mox for the most part, and that's just always a problem.
Yeah. Mox Amber is not bad.
There's already a Mox Amber in that box.
Mox Opal is one of the cards that really reduced in price.
Yeah.
Well, it helps when you ban it out of existence too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, yeah.
A lot of the 60 card format bans have really helped some commander staples.
Big time.
Yeah, I'll pick them up.
Right. I guess we should keep talking about other things, because there is still 2 more things to talk about.
There is, yeah. I think we went over a minute on that one.
I'm a blue player. I'm used to having a crowded stack. We're fine.
Yeah. All right, so Zendikar Rising teaser's coming soon. Not sure what that means, but the only thing we've heard about Zendikar Rising was from that Morrow quote unquote panel at SDCC Online.
Yep.
There has to be something soon, I'd imagine.
No, there is
soon.
something worthwhile to talk about Zendikar Rising. They're releasing a new type of pack and a new type of box.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, so
I haven't heard this.
So you have themed. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's a theme booster.
It's called set booster.
Yes, set booster, and then there's a theme booster.
Yeah, and then there's draft boosters. So, like, your draft booster is your normal, like, 15 card pack with the 1 rare and the land and stuff like that. But a set booster is going to have, like, it'll always have a foil, and it has, like, 2 mythics or rares.
That's interesting.
And then the set boosters have a chance at pulling a card from the quote-unquote list.
Yep.
So it's going to be
Instead
like
of
one of those
instead of a
additional
token.
product list kind of things, where it's not part of the set, but you can get it in the set kind of thing.
It's a list of like 300 cards. So think of it like what they did with mystery boosters, where they had, like, the slot with, like, Rhystic Study and, like, the wanted reprints.
Yeah. Okay.
And then there's another card slot in the pack that they call like the head turner slot. So like that's
Yeah.
so you're guaranteed like a cool multicolored card or something like that.
Yeah, it's like a. They said it was like a catch-all, something you wouldn't expect. It's a head turner card and it's something different, unique.
Yeah. The idea with this new type of pack is if you're just getting packs to open packs and build a collection, you get these instead of a draft booster. Because chances are, if you're opening packs for for that kind of stuff, you want the rares, you want the mythics, you want the foils, and like the cool cards. You don't want the draft chaff.
Yeah.
All right,
I
and
like that.
And then last on the list, how was the professor saying? New secret layer drop. It's about slime. This time it's slimes. Ike knows who the artist is.
Yeah,
Cool.
I followed him on Instagram for quite a while now. It's Wizard of Barge.
Yeah, so
That's cool.
so the secret layer includes acidic slime, necrotic ooze, scavenging ooze, void slime, and the mimeoplasm, and they're all in some really cool like streetish or like very colorful pastel art.
The best way I could describe it is if you like if you like a little more of like a take the art style from like Adventure Time or one of those cartoons, and then just add a ton of like textural detail to it. It's that type of art style.
I'd say that's a good way to describe it.
And then just have a bunch of comedians write the flavor text.
I was about to comment. Like, I really like this secret layer. I'm still waiting on my other ones, but I still like this secret layer.
Yeah, I did get this one because I use all of those cards.
Yeah,
They're all usable cards.
I think I would only want the void slime just for the flavor text. For those of you who haven't read it, it says, "quote cyclonic."
I believe the Scoos one is my favorite, and it's I had it pulled up because I wanted to mention this specifically. It was here we are.
Cool.
Some days it just feels like trash. Other days I could really go for some people.
That's actually really
like
good.
This layer.
I might have to look at that one.
And then it's a Scoos in a dumpster eating a piece of pizza.
Oh my goodness. Might actually have to get this secret lair. I've contemplated a few.
You have until Wednesday at noon. They're doing 48 hours on this one.
48 hours. Okay.
Yeah, you have 48 hours on this one. But this one also has the mimeoplasm as well. Like that's supposed to be like the big card, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a fun card.
Well, that's like the big ticket card, really.
Yeah. In terms of like reprint
raw
and
value,
like high card value, the mimeoplasm is like the big card in this.
Yeah.
So it's not a must get, but like if you're like me, where like I love the art aesthetic and stuff like that. Like I'm a collector, so I'm gonna want it.
It's a cool get overall. I think is the cool point.
Oh, and I will say the cards aren't foil. I know that people have been having issues with the Secret Lair foils, so these aren't foil. If you're concerned about that.
Literally my number one concern with Magic cards, so I am very happy about that.
All right, cool. So that's all for the news this week. So now we're gonna dive into our topic: ways to spice up your commander pods.
So yeah, this is an exciting topic. So what we wanted to talk about this time, and what we mean by spice, is different approaches to how you can play Commander, things you can insert to make it interesting, and just fun different ways instead of just sticking to that traditional 4-man pod. Some fun ways to get some new life into your Commander pod if you need it. I mean, you may not need it, but sometimes
there's
it's fun.
always building new decks is always an option, but eventually it's gonna be like, man, maybe I just feel like playing Commander a different way this time.
Yeah, or like
That's really
maybe
what
you're
we're
playing on a budget, and just building a completely different deck is out of the question.
Yeah. So you can do other things. We're gonna suggest some other things you can do that would, paid or otherwise, to spice up and like bring some new life into your Commander pods. So let's start with one that's really easy and costs $0.
It's actually something that I played a lot with at my old shop.
I really like this idea.
So from Conspiracy Take the Crown, which is the second conspiracy, said there was a mechanic called the Monarch, and it is legal in Commander, and you can have someone start the game with the Monarch. It makes it for a little bit more interesting game. It gives people incentive to actually like take actions and like attack and stuff.
Yeah.
It's also a way to and at least the way we played it, if you were going last, you started as the Monarch. So we all know that going first, you actually do get an incremental like percentage towards your expected win rate. If you are going last in a pod, you actually lose percentage because you're the last person to act. You always have you're always the last person to act on the stack and everything like that. I mean, so my friends and I started say, okay, if you're going last, you start as the Monarch. So you get a little, you get that extra couple of card draws to start the game to kind of overcome, that couple of percentage that you're losing by going last.
Yeah, I mean, like, the Monarch is such a cool mechanic anyway, and like, I really hate like games that just like have no action whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's why I play the decks that I play.
Yeah, but like, they'll have pods where like no one wants to hurt anyone's feelings by attacking him or anything like that. But like, the game, we do
rolling to see who takes damage first, stuff like that.
Well, that's like another issue I have. That's like, please do not do that. By the way, that's like it's really annoying.
Live with your. I believe
just make a decision and stick with it.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I was about to say.
There's times and places when like a die roll will come into effect and it's okay, especially with the card says so. But if you have an immediate impact on board, don't leave it to a die roll. Just make your decision. Stick with it.
Just attack someone and deal with it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, but the Monarch basically incentivizes people from attacking because the only way you can get it is by doing combat damage. Now it does make decks that are like not combat centric like weaker than the fact that they get the Monarch, but it's not really that big a deal. You can still try it and probably get it somehow if you really wanted it.
Chances are, if your deck isn't needing the combat step, you probably don't need the Monarch anyway.
Thank you. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Good point, yeah.
That is a good one.
I was gonna say, I'm not sure I care that I don't have the Monarch or a combat step. So
yeah, when you like, if I don't know, let's say like let's take Urza for a second. Like, Urza does not need the extra draws from being Monarch.
I'm going to be drawing more cards than all of you, period. Like, don't give me more.
Probably more cards than the rest of us combined.
It's a good point.
In one turn.
Also, potentially likely as well.
Very likely, to be completely honest. Like, there's a lot of times when your commander won't interact in a board state and board doesn't matter. Like we just said for Urza, and a bunch of commanders are actually like that too.
Yeah, like Joyra. Joyra will never go attacking.
Yeah.
No.
So you kind of, while the Monarch may not affect you in that state, it's still an interesting and different way to play. Like, if you're playing that deck and you're the Monarch, I think that gives you a really interesting incentive on how you play your deck instead.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of changes your play style. It's, I don't want to say it creates like an arch enemy-esque style play, but
it just does, but doesn't.
Yeah.
All it does, and what we found by just playing dozens upon dozens of games like this, it kind of pushes the stone down the hill a little bit. It just gets the ball rolling that ever so slight bit that a game might need.
I love it, to be honest. I think it's a really cool idea.
We've also done it where the three people who aren't going first do another roll off to see who the Monarch is, but eventually we did eventually just land on the person going last.
All right. Yeah, so that's just an easy, fun way to maybe to. I mean, I think all Commander games start with the Monarch, but that's just me.
I mean, I agree.
Yeah, I would.
This next one though
totally
is
okay with
a
that.
little bit more. This next one though is a little bit more of an
investment. Yeah, you gotta really like Commander for this. So so a long time ago they came out with a multiplayer format called Plane Chase, where you have a deck of plane cards that the table can move to, and it makes for a really fun. It actually can, in theory, speed up the Commander game. Although I've heard many people saying it slows it down. I've been on both sides.
I am one of those people who thinks that it slows it down, but it is very fun.
Yeah. Personal experience, like I own all 5 of the original Plane Chase sets. I didn't get to buy the 2 new ones, but it does slow the game down. But boy, it's fun.
Yeah, you get to do some cool stuff.
I've never personally rolled the plan or die. I've never played any kind of Plane Chase.
Oh
thing.
man.
So
man, you're missing out.
We got to fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll play with Plane Chase one of these days.
That'd
But
be
yeah,
fun.
the only gripe, my only gripe with Plane Chase now is that it's going to be pretty expensive to find one.
Yeah,
Especially a full set.
you can find the cards online.
You can make them. We don't. And I was saying we advocate that, but you can do this.
Yeah, like they're all the cards are in a place like Scryfall.
Yeah.
Even if you just like wanted to look at it and you just you pick a couple different planes and just like, okay, for this whole game we're gonna play on Ravnica, or this whole plane we're gonna play on Zendikar or something.
I think that's a really easy way to adapt that for other Commander games and not play a full plane chase game. Like I think that's a really cool way to do it, and just have,
because there's some terrible planes. There's some terrible planes that like turn all of your creatures into 1/1 colorless do nothings.
Yep.
And I'm just not about that.
Very similar to the Monarch. Maybe the person eliminated first gets to pick the plane next game or something like that.
It could be, yeah.
Starting plane. Yeah, I do like the random aspect of starting somewhere randomly, or like you can like. I mean, there's gonna be planes in times that just don't do anything.
Yeah.
Right.
When we used to play and we would roll a plane that's like just make the entire table ground. We're just like, okay, let's just roll again. Cool, whatever.
Yeah,
Doesn't
you
matter.
skip through.
That didn't happen.
Yeah, remember, it's about having fun. So
Yeah.
That's like everything that we're talking about is just all about having fun. Just
sure.
leaning into rule zero.
I mean, I'll often say going into a Sarah Sanctum on a plane chase die roll and then leaving it, it feels real bad if you're playing creature centric deck. I have lost a lot of boards there.
Or the storm plane and you're playing
Just like a creature
zoo
deck.
deck.
Yeah.
The storm plane. I'm gonna
All
move
right.
there.
So yeah, there is one where you get to get extra copies of your spells and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I just wanna
every
live there.
instant and sorcery copies itself as long as you're there.
That's
All right.
awesome.
So next we'll talk about a couple like some. So next we'll talk about some formats you can play, like, or deck building formats you can do for your Commander game. So I'll start with one I've been kind of curious about recently. It's called Commander Classic. So Commander Classic is basically you can only use cards from Magic the Gathering's history that have been printed in a standard legal set.
Yep.
So that means no supplemental sets, no commander or no commander product, none of that. It's like, how would you live in a world with no command tower? How would you live in a world with no arcane signet? That kind of stuff.
No, Soul Ring was standard legal.
Soul Ring wasn't a standard.
Soul
set.
Ring was. It had a few
Yeah.
reprintings actually.
Yeah.
But
No,
yeah,
but like no battle bond, no conspiracy.
yep, no, oh god, so neither conspiracy set would work. No Modern Horizons.
Yeah, that's a real big one. Actually.
Take that, Swazo.
I'll just make Baral my commander. We're good.
Yeah, no, you would literally just switch.
He would.
But yeah, you do literally nix my commander with this whole set.
Yeah.
But it does like
For sure.
It does make you think outside the box as far as your choices go. Because I do find myself like saying like when me and Sean sit down and we build a deck, it's like, okay, well, let's make sure we include Command Tower and Arcane Signet. Well, that doesn't exist in this format.
Yeah.
Right, you have a short list of at least like 10 cards that just can go in
Or
any
like
deck.
Commander,
right?
like there's a lot of really popular commanders that were only in Commander product or supplemental product. Like you couldn't play Kali of the Vast.
I was just thinking.
Like you couldn't play the Mimeoplasm. You couldn't play any of that. You couldn't play
no Wind Grace.
No Brawl Precon commanders.
That's really.
I was about to say no Chulane.
Yeah, no Chulane
Adam, you
either.
wouldn't be able to play your C deck.
Yeah, I couldn't play Anjay. Yep.
Yep.
You'd have
So
to.
wait.
You'd have to try.
I'm curious. So you say you can't play Chulane, but Chulane is standard legal.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Ah.
So
Brawl-
can
It's
you
standard
play
legal,
that?
but you can only buy it in the Brawl, like the Brawl Precon.
Or
Yes.
the collector's
or the
boosters.
collector's pass.
Yeah.
So technically,
Yeah,
those
you're right.
ones are legal.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
Those do count.
Chulane's good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
Corvold would be along that same line. Corvold would be
That's the
legal as
reason
well.
I'm bringing it, because I've lost to that card too much in standard.
Yeah.
All right.
You got me on that one.
Spinning off of Commander Classic, there's this is one that's near and dear to Astral's heart. EDH Commander Classic.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
one's great.
Mm-hmm.
I am a big fan of this.
Tell us a story about what EDH was when it first started.
So, back in the days of old, you had dragons.
Dun, 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 dun.
I love the sound effect. You had not just dragons, you had the Elder Dragons. The 5 Elder Dragons of MTG, Palladium Ores, Chromium, Nicol Bolas, Vivictus Osmani, and Arcady Sabath. These 5 were your original 5 commanders for what is now today the Commander format. This is why it was called EDH. It was Elder Dragon Highlander. You had to have an Elder Dragon as your commander, and your deck was based around those colors. It was the first going of it, and will forever be near and dear to my heart because dragons.
They're all,
yeah, go ahead.
those dragons being the namesake of the format is also why commander damage is what it is. Because 3 hits from an Elder Dragon, and you were probably dead.
Yeah.
And that's why commander damage is such a weird number of 21, because all of those dragons were 7/7s.
3 hits, you were out.
Yeah.
That today I learned.
Yeah, you did. But it does make your. I mean, I will say some of them are pretty buns. Like I don't want to play with old school Palladium Wars.
Well, I mean, the big thing is they all kill themselves if you don't pay an upkeep, which is why I always, in my head, I add an addendum to this. You can play the M19 reprints,
Yeah.
or another like Big Daddy Dragon.
Wouldn't that make like some of the new ones like pretty oppressive, like Arcades? Like he would be really oppressive.
He would be extremely
Arcades, Nicol Bolas, Vivictus. Like they're all really good in their own right.
Yeah.
I'm priced into Chromium just because it's Esper, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Chromium.
Well, like that Chromium is.
I like it.
It's good.
It's innocent looking, but it's good.
Mhm.
Discard a card, get a 1/1 unblockable
disappears.
hexproof.
Exactly, it just disappears.
Well,
Yeah.
and it's flash and can't be countered. Like, you got a 7-drop you can flash in as a blocker, give it a hexproof. Like, I don't know, I love it, but I mean, I'm biased.
Mhm.
I mean, you may be a bit biased on that one.
Just a little.
All right.
Nickel biased.
And Nicol bias.
Hey, there we go.
I would say Nicol Bolas is probably the best of the bunch. If I were.
Yeah, I would say him or
Yeah, him and Arcades are definitely tied.
Yes, I think since they discovered made Nicol Bolas, they're just gonna push him until he's not just doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
He's
I mean,
always
he
been
has
the
been
most powerful.
defeated. So technically, he doesn't exist, but like he's not like the.
Do
main
you buy
bad
that?
guy anymore.
I don't think it's the last we've seen.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he's in the
You
prison
might be
realm.
back.
You never know.
Hey, if Elspeth can conquer death, then the biggest, baddest villain.
He's not dead. He's just in prison.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
worse than
we know
that.
how that turns out. Cough,
So-
Emrakul, cough.
But he's not just in prison. That's the thing. So in the terminology of Magic, right, it follows the structure that everything has a true name. Your name is your power, and if something knows your true name, it has power over you. Ugin
True
quite
name
literally,
Nemesis.
true name Nemesis being a key. Ugin quite literally took Nicol Bolas' name away from him. Like, just Bolas Nicol does not exist. That is done. Ugin, Daddy Ugin is watching over him, and yeah, it's some good stuff.
Hey, Sean, I'm gonna throw this out at you. So, would you consider yourself a Vorthos guy then? Because like maybe you should make a Vorthos deck.
Ooh.
Yeah, see, it speaks segueing into our next potential. So you can make like little theme battles. Like you can make a theme deck. So like your deck can be from a specific plane, or it can have something to do with part of the Magic story. If you're into that kind of thing, they make for a really fun commander game. Like they had a commander
I'm
clash.
into that, and I'm doing that right now.
Yeah, they had a commander clash where they were all for the planar theme decks. Like you could only play cards from that plane. And someone did Innistrad, someone did Theros, someone did I think someone did Wrath, which was really cool.
Yeah, Wrath is a really cool one.
Ravnica would be really easy. to
Ravnica
do.
would be really easy. Yeah,
But people love Ravnica, so like
yeah. I think Ravnica
Totally
would
cool.
cool them though. Yeah.
Give people shock lands and they go crazy.
yeah,
True.
yeah. I mean, that's what my Najeela deck is. My Najeela deck is Najeela Badass Woman Tribal.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's spicy. That list is. I'm excited to see that list, DK.
I will say some of the when you make them theme commander decks, they do find a realm of like kind of janky, like Marchesa Shirtless Guys Tribal or something like that,
Or Chair Tribal.
or chairs or hats tribal. That's a good one.
That's tribal.
Hats tribal. Okay, hold on. I'm going to look into this.
Yeah.
So there's like multiple hats, or is it hat tribal?
Oh, they have
There's
to
a
be wearing.
big
They have to
difference.
be wearing a cool hat. I think is the deal.
Okay, so
No,
basically,
I'm-
so it's kind of just like a Tim deck or like a old school
Yeah,
hit.
you can play like
burglar.
Avatar Whoa because she's got like a cool hat on or something like that.
Now, I'm also intrigued and gonna look into multiple hats now that you've said that. Though.
Yeah, that's
How
what
many
that's what I was
cards
talking
have
about.
more than one hat on?
A couple actually.
So I need multiple, double-headed or three-headed things wearing a hat, things like that.
Yeah. Or like you have to like alter all of your cards in the deck to have a person wearing a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
All right. So we'll move on to another one. This is one that is a little difficult to do right now if you can't play in person. But Blind Commander is a good one. Basically, you
Like white, or like I think it's also called White Elephant Commander.
Yeah. So people, So people get to you basically are playing with other people's decks. Like you don't play with your own deck. I think it's pretty fun.
Yeah, you like shuffle up all the boxes and you make sure all the decks have the same power level. That's always the big thing.
Yeah, as long as the decks are pretty even, it's good. And the other thing I would say, like, if you're going to do that, just make sure your deck doesn't have that much searching. Because, if people don't know what they're looking for, it makes the game take forever.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun borrowing an Emrakul deck when I visited EDH.
Oh, yeah. And, that's the most fun I've ever seen you play. Ever.
It was
have
amazing.
Playing Magic.
But I had to read 97 of the cards. I had no idea what was going on. I won that game.
Yeah, nice. You did.
Wait, how many basics were in the deck?
A lot. I don't know. A lot of wastes. But so not 97. But I had to read almost every card with text on it. And I was mana screwed. I think I didn't hit my third land drop till turn 9 or 10, and just nobody killed me.
Because Emrakul's Emrakul.
And once you can
Cool as
cast,
Emrakul.
you win.
Yeah. Can confirm.
It was a lot of
He took me over and
that Sunforger.
destroyed the table. It was really cool.
EK actually won the game. I was just controlling his turn.
Yeah.
Best way to win.
But my buddy, even just for Stevie Swazo, my buddy Simon just put out like 4 deck boxes, and you just like pick one.
It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. So this is one of the ones I would highly recommend.
Yeah, it's nice to play with something that you're not in your usual repertoire either. Or maybe something
that's most of the reason to do it in the first place.
Hands down.
I guess this other one goes back with the theme commander games, but there's this one. I'm just calling this one because I saw it from a Game Nights episode or an idea that Graham from Long Ray Run did. I call it Nostalgic Dragon Highlander. So basically, you can only use cards pre 8th edition.
Oh, okay.
That's my wheelhouse.
Because he built his deck in that Game Nights episode that way. Or
with all the old cards.
You could also say you can only use cards from the first couple sets from when you started playing Magic or something like that.
That's cool.
Yeah. So when you take us on a trip down memory lane, what was Magic to you when you first started playing?
That is the single most
new players, but still.
That's the single most on-brand thing for me I've ever heard. I started playing in Urza's block.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
That is the single most on-brand thing that's ever happened.
I mean, I started at Scourge.
Isn't that's a dragon set? I thought.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of tribes, yeah.
Wow. We know what we like, man.
It's true.
Well, I started in Mirrodin and I hate artifacts, yet I have an artifact deck, so go figure that one out.
I have Pauper Affinity right here. Basically the Mirrodin version of the deck in the sleeve right over here. My favorite deck of all time.
Air Enforcer OP.
I started
Frogmite, underrated.
I started in Kaladesh and Amonkhet, but I don't have a Kaladesh or an Amonkhet deck.
But you like really fancy cars. I mean cards, not cars.
So I started playing in all the sets that had the lottery cards. Okay, that works.
That fits. EK's like, this is shiny.
Yeah,
guys, I shouldn't buy it.
Gold, shiny, inventions, all of EK's blinged out cards. Makes sense.
Actually.
That works. All right, I'm cool with that.
All right, so next is another one where you may have to make a purchase or print out some cards. There was a little set called Arch Enemy where basically it was 3v1, and someone had a deck of scheme cards that they used, and they were like the big bad. Mm-hmm. So you could probably make that work with Commander. I'm not sure how overpowered that would be though, because a lot of the times the schemes are pretty powerful.
Yeah, they are.
Well, and the big thing with it too is that format was originally meant to be like a 60 card format, and the pre-constructed decks that came with the product were pretty draft chaffy with like a couple of bombs each.
Yeah.
Like the
Well,
schemes really did a lot of the heavy lifting for the like the
big
art
bad,
that
yeah.
played it, like quote unquote played as Nicol Bolas,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah,
schemes did a lot of the work.
Yeah, they did. They were pretty powerful, honestly.
Yeah, they kind of
I've actually never physically played
All right.
myself.
So another thing you could do is this is going back to deck building. You could play with brawl rules, so it would be like a 60 card or something similar to Gladiator, which is a format, cavaliered by Ben Wheeler, of course.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact rules, but I think it's just like 100 card or singled and standard.
Yeah, think of it like
Something like
standard Canadian Highlander.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this was one that I added to the list because I wanted to make a specific comment that a lot of people have gotten into Magic recently, and they only have the most recent like standard legal sets. So it's hard for them to play a commander deck when like you got ABO duels. We've got all these cards from the past 20 years. It doesn't
You
really
can't expect everyone
compare
to get all that, especially
unless they build 2019 Tribal, which would probably be the best commander deck ever. But
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, just pick a Simic commander and do 2019, 2020 tribal. You're probably like decently okay.
You're in good
You're
shape.
doing okay at that point.
seriously. But this would allow people to kind of play more commander, but with just a smaller card pool. It's just another way to mix it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also having the access to planeswalkers as the commander is pretty sweet. I mean, you could
That's
just do
pretty
that
cool.
anyway. I mean, like we were talking the this can be your commander planeswalkers.
Yeah, remember
right.
Rule 0 is the biggest thing, right? Just ask.
I will stress, because I played a decent amount of Brawl, no matter how you try, if you make Oko your commander, you're not going to have fun. No one's going to have fun.
No one's allowed to have fun.
I've heard the same. I've heard the same thing with 3-mana Teferi.
Yeah, no one,
Yeah.
including yourself, will have fun. Like, you're
Yeah.
going to control the table, and it's going to be over really quickly.
I will say, in a brawl aspect, Adam and I had a blast playing 4-mana Tef as our brawl commander. That deck was fun.
I mean, our win con was Ugin the Spirit Dragon. How wrong could we be?
Yeah.
Not very wrong, but hey, it worked.
This,
Wait, mono,
this-
blue, artifacts, colorless. All right, I'm in. Let's
yeah.
go.
There we go.
This reminds me of what was that? What was that format that was popular for a couple months right after the War of the Spark release, where you had like you picked a planeswalker with a signature spell?
Yeah, Oathbreaker.
Yeah, Oathbreaker.
Yeah.
I played that for like a week, and I'm like, there's some problems here.
The signature spell part was an issue for me because when I have Jace the Mind Sculptor and Counterspell, I'm having a good time.
I think the one that was the worst was Oko plus Veil of Summer.
Oh,
I actually
please no.
played one game at a Grand Prix somewhere, and that was the deck they like let me use, and it was miserable.
Everyone
I played it.
Everyone looked really upset. Yeah.
Like I was the one controlling it, and I was like, this isn't even fun.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
would-
So sticking with Brawl, what if you just played Brawl and just expanded the card pool? You can play Brawl and use any card you want from that's EDH legal.
It's good fun.
I mean, it's good fun. It makes the games quick. You start at a
Yeah.
lower life total.
Yeah.
There's no
60
commander
cards,
damage, so it does
etc.
take the Voltron aspect out of the game. But
Instead of doing Voltron for commander damage, you're doing Voltron for player
damage,
damage.
yeah.
Yeah,
Which
It's still
faster
probably
games.
work.
I like that idea to speed things up, get more games in, more commander action.
yeah.
I will say though, a 60 card EDH deck would probably make combo brutally consistent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely does.
You'd
There would
say
have to be
that,
some
but also
bans.
everyone has their answers more regularly. Also,
That's
That's
technically
true.
true.
Also
Yeah.
true, yeah.
just speak because I want to combo off on you. I have to defend it. So
Yeah, I got you.
Of course he does.
So back to more another idea. You can do tribes. That's but going back to theme decks, battles. You can do tribal war kind of thing.
So what you're saying is like
Tribe
this
deck.
is any game against like Rod Johnson or I?
I mean,
Yes.
Rod Johnson
way.
doesn't have that many tribal decks. I
He's
think
got, he's got a few. He's got the
He's
he's got
one.
the
He's got dragons.
yeah he's got
Oh, he's
dragons.
too, yeah. I have 0 at present, just so you know.
I have
Hey,
two.
you have the storm.
Doctor tribal doesn't count, right?
No, I'm saying like actual tribes. Like you're actually playing like a creature. Well, like one like a creature type. Deck for
No,
now.
I was making a joke.
Lord High Artificer tribal. Is that a thing?
Artifact tribal? Question mark.
That would be my Joyride deck. Well, I play the Joyride deck is historic tribal, so
Historic, yeah.
Still
Yeah,
technically counts as
It's
tribal.
still regular Joyra.
I would
Yeah.
allow it.
Okay.
My idea when I did add that to the list, though, my idea was that they had to be monocolored.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
that would be neat. Yeah. So
Yeah.
like,
That's
you
interesting.
can represent like the really classic tribes like merfolk, elves, that kind of
Goblins.
Goblins,
Yeah.
angels,
Mhm.
zombies. Yeah.
Be kind of cool.
humans.
I like it.
Humans. I would lump humans and soldiers together maybe
Yeah.
because they're white and need
Yeah.
help.
All right. Next is I guess we can call this kind of like Commander Roulette. So one of our listeners does this, and friends does this. Bob. He has a deck where he has 21 different commander options, and he randomly picks one at the start of the game, which is his commander, and they all fit the rest of them all go in the deck.
Super cool. Keeps things mixed up a little bit.
Every
Even
game's
you don't
different.
know what you're playing. Like
Yeah.
The cool thing with the deck is the deck still functions, but it plays completely different based on which commander is in the command zone. Like it's really, really cool. Like he's put a lot of time into it.
Yeah, like the win con always switches too. Like every commander, like EK said, plays out different. Your win con always switches up. And every game is always just a little bit of random. I think he calls it blackjack because there's 21 different options.
There's 21 different commander options, and he has no way to pick his cards.
Yeah.
I am sold now. That is amazing.
The only thing he can search for is basic swamps,
Yeah.
and there's no soul ring.
Yeah, there's no soul ring.
I think that's just a personal choice, but.
I think so, yeah.
All right. So next is tag team or two-headed giant commander is always a good one.
This was another favorite of mine and my friends at this shop, just because by doing two-headed giant, you got more games in.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, plus
And just like you got more of a chance to see card interactions. And
and plus like certain cards get better when you're in two-headed giant.
yeah.
So that's a good one.
This
one's
does make 4-color decks stupid easy to play as well.
Yeah, it does.
If you have two different,
True.
two different guild commanders, you have 4 colors instantly. So,
You're controlling your board separately, but you share a life total.
for sure. No, the specific one that I wrote though, like maybe we should comment because these
yeah.
are two different things. So let's comment on that.
Right.
This is
Okay.
98 cards and 2 commanders.
Oh.
That I wrote.
Make your pick your
Oh,
own card kind of
okay,
things.
okay,
Interesting.
So like we would
okay.
be teaming up and know ahead of time we're gonna build our deck together, kind of thing.
okay.
Ah.
Or have a deck set up and just grab a team.
Like I'm running a
But-
Rakdos deck and you're running a Simic deck, and I can run all Simic cards in my Rakdos deck, and you can run Rakdos cards in your Simic deck, kind of thing.
So it's like
it'd be-
smash up. It's smash up meets commander.
Okay.
Yeah, basically. It's just I saw it actually on like Reddit or something. It was a really cool idea, and I had to expand on it a little bit. But it seems like a really weird, fun thing.
I like
right.
that.
So next one is Secret Teammates. I've never heard of this. This
I
is-
wanted to literally,
Go
wanted to
ahead.
talk this out loud because I don't actually Astrals and I couldn't figure out how to even make it work.
Yeah.
But I saw it, and like a lot of people say they have a blast doing this, but I couldn't get any feedback on how to make secret teammates work. Like, how do you not know who the teammate is? The other 2 people are obviously not your teammates, correct?
Well, yeah.
Do you have to have 6 to 8 people and like mix it up? Or like, I don't understand.
I would think so. Like,
I've seen it, and this is where it gets weird because like I've seen it done with 8-player pots.
So you have to have more than 4, is what we're getting.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
that's basically what it boils down to. But
'Cause that's the only way.
it turns like an 8-player pot into a 2v2v2v2v2.
okay.
That's kind of, and then nobody knows who's who though. That would be kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to
So
do it.
I mean, the best way I can describe it is like I don't know if you're familiar with like Mafia.
Yeah.
It's basically Mafia meets Commander.
Okay.
Okay, that makes more sense.
That cracks the code.
There you go. You need more than 4.
That's that's the simplest way to describe it.
Yeah, that actually makes sense now.
Yeah.
So next on the list, this is called Star. I've heard of this one before, actually. So this is a 5-man. You can only do this with 5 players.
Mhm.
It says here, 2 people adjacent to you are your allies, and the other 2 are your enemies. And the first is basically you don't want to attack your allies, and you do want to attack your enemies.
It's very much think of the color wheel for Magic.
Yeah.
Your teammates are next to you, your enemies are across from you, but the really cool dynamic is that everyone has different allies and different enemies
yeah.
based on their seating position.
So you're
So
always
it-
staring down 2 people no matter what.
It
That's
makes
cool.
very interesting politics. It makes You're politicking with your enemies and your allies. It's very diplomatic if you like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think that it's a good way to get a 5-player game like wrapped up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the big thing because there's like otherwise you have like that odd man out.
Which just
Yeah,
feels kind of bad.
Yeah, someone always gets like kind of outed in a 5-player game. I feel like.
Yeah, and like I don't know, certain strategies don't work in pods bigger than 4.
Yeah.
So next one on the list, before we get into one that's like kind of lumped together, I would say. So I would say like hidden commanders. So like they only know the CMC of your commander and they don't know what it is, or maybe you don't know what it is.
Right. So this one also would work really well if you have multiple decks each, and like they're all the same power level. We're not really concerned with that. All of this is based on power level for starters. So if they're all the same, and yeah, you could just put your commander face down, and then as we play a basic land, or as we play, you kind of figure out which one they're playing, or just wait till they cast it.
They had something like this on Loading Ready Run, where someone from Card Kingdom bought a few decks, and he just handed.
Oh yeah, they had. I remember that. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, they only knew the CMC of the commander, but they didn't know what was. They had kind of a riddle or kind of a little piss.
Yeah, the deck lists were made by the different Card Kingdom employees, like the office manager or like one of the fulfillment ladies. Like it was really, really cool.
Yeah, I think it's interesting at least what I find, and you feel smart when you figure out who it is, kind of thing. I think this is better for people who have more of a knowledge of the Magic already, and probably not for newer players.
Yeah, for starters, I think you have to have multiple decks.
Yeah, that's true too. But I want to say most like at least eventually, like in your commander career, you will eventually come into multiple decks. I think that would happen to me.
Yeah.
Now I have almost working. I just finished my 8th or 9th deck. So
honestly, I was expecting you to say a higher number.
It's pretty tame.
So I think
Adam's the type of person who does a quality deck.
Yeah, I had a lot. I had a lot of decks at one point, and then I just can't play all these decks. So I just decided to start gutting them and making other decks. So that's kind of how that worked out. And then the last one you can do is messing around with the ban list. So you could this come fall one of 2 categories. The easiest one is allowing silver bordered cards, which is technically the only.
Yeah.
Because technically these are the only cards that are not allowed in Commander whatsoever. Of one lump set that are that them and the anti cards are pretty much universally not allowed in any format.
You mean I can't play Alexander Clamilton in a normal game?
I mean, I'd let you play Alexander Clamilton anytime you want.
I'll be for it.
This is the only way to get a legendary squirrel as your commander as well.
This is true, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Swazo will play Richard Garfield, PhD. But then we'd have to test how good his knowledge of Magic the Gathering is.
Yeah.
What is it, like Johnny Power Gamer or something?
Spike Tournament Grinder.
And to be Power Gamer, yeah.
And Johnny Combo Player.
Yeah.
Combo, that's what it is, because the new art actually changed the combos. If you look, there's like Krark Clan Ironworks and stuff in the new art. It's
that's
really
cool. Yeah, because that only used to be in the flavor text of that card.
Mm-hmm. The cards that are revolving around him are actually real combos.
Sure, I'd let you play Urza's Head if you wanted to.
I ran into someone at an event, and they printed out all of the Urza Planeswalker responses, because you have to go to www.askurza.com.
Yeah,
and you enter the plus, the minus, or the alt, and it spits a result.
It tells you what happens. Yeah.
They printed out all of the results, and then you just roll a dice.
Oh, that's cool.
So they just had it with them, so they wouldn't have to keep opening their phone and stuff like that. It made it really convenient. It was a lot of fun. It was really cool to see.
I like that.
Hey, EK, if I don't see you play a silver border commander card sometime, I'm gonna break your Nico kneecaps.
Oh no!
I mean, I love Sword of Dungeons. I love Sword of Dungeons.
Oh, there we go. Yes, please place that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll let you play that in Sir Gwyn if you want.
I mean, the funny thing is the protection that it gives are actual tribes in Magic.
It is true. It does.
Yeah, from rogues and dragons, right?
It's like rogues, thieves, and
I think clerics is one of them, right?
Yeah,
clerics.
It's actual D&D classes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the last one is this is subjective, and you really have to. This is one you really have to be careful with when you play with your play group. Modifying the ban list or not using the ban list at all.
Yeah, like if
I
you
will
if
say
you really,
if you really, really want to see why cards are banned.
yeah.
It's a really good way to find out.
It's,
You'll
uh,
see
it's
it.
like
an
if you really
experience.
wanted to play with Worldfire or
Trade routes
yeah,
or channel.
or-
Gainsay in my Discord, and he's always watching the show. He may be watching right now. He will not play Commander till they let him play Braids Cabal Minion.
Really?
oh yeah.
That's his favorite card of all time. We played in Odyssey.
Well,
in Standard.
the problem is it used to be like Braids was only banned as the commander, and you can play her elsewhere. But now they just do it as a full-on ban.
Yeah,
It
but
just
like
makes
a
it too
ban.
difficult to understand otherwise.
Yeah.
Well, like Leovold was the same way too.
Yeah,
for a
or
while.
and Lutri, God bless him.
Oh, the poor otter never stood a chance, man.
No, really, it didn't. But like, it's really good to see. Like, if you really don't understand, like the power level of those cards, it's quite apparent the second one of them touches the board.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Go cast a Primeval Titan. See what
Oh,
happens.
please no. Please no.
Honestly, though, Primetime is probably one of the more tame cards on that ban list. That's
But
the
if you're
sad thing.
if you're playing it, there's 2 really good lands you're fetching out of your deck right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Gaia's Cradle. Hey, Sarah's Sanctum. Hey.
Yeah, but there's
Field
other
of the
cards on
Dead.
the ban list that don't deserve to be there. For like Coalition Victory, like why is that there? You know what I mean? That card is not good enough to be
Yeah.
there. But I think it was
Yeah.
like from an early.
Iona. Iona.
I
it's not
still
right
say Iona
there.
kind of deserves to be on there. Coalition Victory, I kind of get though, because it is extremely easy to get that kind of win.
It's
But I
not
mean, like,
bad.
but like, okay, so my
Just saying,
as a side tangent, Coalition Victory is banned, but Happily Ever After isn't.
Fair
Fair point.
They're just as easy to accomplish, frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
give you that. That's fair.
Yeah.
Although no one plays Happily Ever After anyway.
No, but like I said, that's just a side tangent. We could do a whole episode on like why certain cards are banned.
Wait, so a creature of each color, just one Wooburg creature will
I
qualify?
think it's a permanent of each color.
Yeah, it's a permanent.
Yeah.
It says, well, I'm looking at Coalition Victory, sorry. You win the game if you control a land of each basic land type and a creature of each color.
Yep.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can play.
it's not
Yeah,
bad.
you
One
can play
Wooburg
Wooburg
creature does it.
One Wooburg does it? Damn,
Yeah.
that's kind of rough.
Yeah, so you just like
Not gonna lie.
you just play like Okagachi or like
You're already in a 5-color deck, so you
Yeah.
might as well. Like,
yeah.
Like Scion was one of the ways people would do it because it was an easy fetch, right? You're playing Scion
Yeah.
dragons with a Coalition Victory. You're 5-color, you protect your big dragon, and then
Back
you
in the
get...
day, the concern used to be slivers. Actually.
Yeah, slivers. Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Way back when, yeah, before Scion. But yeah, slivers was the big bad. Still kind of is.
the flavor text is
Also,
by
it,
Urza.
it also would encourage like playing a 5-color commander as opposed to like and there weren't that many 3-color commanders out.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have a single land with all the types, it'll count as well.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, so
So
just
you can
like,
have 2
get your,
permanents and win the game.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. Get your Prismatic Vista or sorry, Prismatic Omen or your Dryad out. And
Exactly.
you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just GG it there. Yeah.
Oof. Okay.
All right. Well, I think we ran down a whole bunch of really cool ways to play Commander other than the regular normal way.
Yeah.
So what we want to know is from you, from the listeners, are there other ways you guys like to play Commander that we didn't think of, or ways that you have played Commander that that you want to tell us about? Let us know in the comments for this episode.
Yeah, give us some spicy take. Maybe we might incorporate it in on one of our Friday nights Untap and Unwind.
You're almost making it seem like we should try to do one of these on Friday.
Should
I
we?
absolutely
I think we
Friday
should.
might be tough. I would need some prep. Like if we were gonna do,
Yeah.
we
Oh yeah,
want-
you're debuting your new deck, so
At the
Yeah.
bare minimum, somebody starts as the Monarch Friday night.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's
Okay.
true. I'm just gonna say, whenever this like whole COVID thing is over, and the 4 of us actually get to meet up, like we're planning to,
yeah.
I'm gonna have a Elder Dragon box we can command play with.
We can
dear.
blind commander. We can combine like 3 or 4 of these together.
I
Just
Yeah.
know
playing
the
a normal
horrors of
game.
playing with Veyvitz's Asmati Classic.
I literally built a Florida summer Magic getaway for you
Yeah,
guys, and we
yeah.
never
Yeah.
got to use it.
I
Yeah.
know.
I built a game room in sunny Tampa, Florida, for this Indianapolis Canadian and like all these people to come to the beach. And we
If
can't
you're watching the live show, you can
Listen,
see
man.
you can see the remnants of what was behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was all upstairs. It was all deck. Oh, it was so nice.
Yeah,
Well, don't worry. That we'll have time. It'll just be a
Soon.
little bit.
Next
that's
year.
all.
We'll make it happen.
yeah,
Gonna happen.
It's gonna.
Well,
All right,
guys,
cool.
yeah. This was I had a blast on this one. This was really cool.
Yeah, for sure. It's interesting talking about fun like something that's not like like just being creative and stuff like that
Yeah.
with how you play the game. But that's the thing. Magic is a lot of ways to a lot of people, and they play it any way they want. That's why people still play kitchen table Magic, and they have their own way of playing. Or casual, or with all casual, where you just play whatever you want.
I think the best way to ever describe Magic is a puzzle. Every game, every way you play is a different way of solving it to get some different value or different play or different fun out of it.
Yeah,
You're solving a different problem every time. That's what makes it fun.
Yeah, there's no wrong way to do it.
Well, no, I'm kidding. No, it's true. Unless you're making Tuk Tuk the Explorer EDH.
or Mirrored and Block.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, those were dark times. We don't talk about those times. All right.
Apparently not. No.
Wait. Tuck.
There we go. There's Tucked Up.
God. Please do not build this, Commander.
Yeah.
There's literally nothing.
Fun
Why
fact.
is the Urza player holding this? Why? This is the worst person.
Swazo,
Hey,
he does less than he does less than Meraxis, and Meraxis is touted as one of the worst red commanders.
What about Isamaru?
Isamaru at least is a bear.
It does. So, at least it's there. Like we looked up a Tuk Tuk deck. There was
no
nothing.
drawback. There's like, what am I going to do with this? Is there any themes? No. Do I get anything from him dying? No.
No. You get a 5/5, but that's it.
I get a 5/5 for a little while. Maybe.
Just lets you play your mountains. That's about it.
That's
I
it.
can play mountains, yeah. Yeah, the thing is, like, you can't replay Tuk Tuk once the golem's out, because, like, if they kill Tuk Tuk again, then you're out one golem.
Yeah.
Unless you play Mirror Gallery, then you can have a whole bunch of Tuk Tuk. I think that might be the only way.
I think that is the only way. But
Resolve Mirror Gallery or bust.
so yeah, don't build Tuk Tuk. End lesson of this pod tonight. Well, guys, it has been a blast. As always, you can find us at Twitter @DrawForTurn and Instagram @DrawForTurn Podcast. We post weekly, different discussion topics. Drop us a follow, get in on the conversation. Let us know what Commander you're running, what's new in the week, and what way you're playing Commander too.
Yeah, very cool. So closing out, you can find me on Twitter at DES_AdamN. Always shouting out to Top Deck Games in Westmont, New Jersey, and the comic book store in Glassboro, New Jersey, who probably take all my money.
You can find me on Twitter and in Twitch chat at EKPlusCards, and shout out to my local game store, Games Plus, in the Chicagoland area. I have become very familiar with them over the past while, and I know I appreciate them. So,
And you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at AstrosFlame. I mean, you know that if you're here. I stream a mix of MTG Arena, motivational talks, and our Commander Nights as our Commander Pods and Commander Deck Building. Also, this entire week, I'm going to be streaming MTG Arena with Wizards of the Coast, for which big thank you to Wizards for the sponsor this week, the feature, and the card giveaways for MTG Arena. It's been super awesome, and I am excited to see what more we can continue to do. And shout out to Harry Tarantula and Face to Face in the Toronto area for being awesome.
Well deserved, by the way. And you guys can find me at SwazoTV on Twitter, Twitch, pretty much anything that needs the username.
Well,
and Friday night, I'll be playing the pod.
yeah, you will.
Yay!
Swazo's back. Swazo 2, Electric Swazo.
All right,
honestly,
time for my new deck to get crunched by Urza.
I'll let it resolve. Let's go.
Oh, there you go. All right.
I know what his new deck is, and I think it's a decent game.
I'm excited. Well,
Let's do it.
let's do it. All right. As always, everyone, remember, untap, upkeep, support your local game store, and draw for turn. Good night, everybody.